Hi, everybody. Everybody. I was just sitting here working on my diamond dot today. I'm working on a Halloween one, but that's not why I'm here. Hang on a minute. Hang on to your toenail clippers, and let me get my little thing here so I can cover up what I'm doing, so I can get to what I'm going to be doing here in just a minute. Now, this is what I'm going to be doing. Let me see and make sure that I'm in frame here. Okay, I got my mail. When I get mail, then I have to stop everything. Stop the presses when I have mail. And I just got this mail in the mailbox from Laura Vasquez. She sends me beautiful things, so I know there's going to be something beautiful in this here package. And so I wanted to open it up, but I wanted to share it with my friends, which is you guys and gals. And so I am, ooh, boy, do I see some pretty colors. I already know what it is. I know it's fabric. Just a minute. Just a minute. Hold on to your britches. Look at those colors. Let me see if I can get it. I don't know what in the world with lighting anymore. I don't know anything about lighting. Okay, now squirt. Look. Oh my gosh. Look at this is, I know what I'm going to be doing now. Oh, look, she made a card. Look at this card. I love you, it says. Look at there. Thanks for listening, being a good friend. Oh, does it open? It. Oh, here we go. This is a paper clip. No wonder. Look at that. Look at that paper clip. What she's done with that paper clip. There's the paper clip. And look at how beautiful. That's what the little opening thing is on. That's awesome. I like that. She sent me this handsome gentleman right there. And look at how pretty she's got behind the image. She has got some like coffee dyed or tea dyed oh, like gauze wrapping. There's another word for that, but I can't think of it right at this minute. And oh my goodness. I received fabrics from Jude and Stacy's live sale, and I wanted to share it with you. I know you will be thinking of projects to do with it. Thank you for lots of ideas and how much you share with others. Much love to you and Papa, from Laura. And look, is that another? Okay, that's another. Oh, that's another paper clip. But this one, the paper clip is actually hidden in there. And look at that. This is like a little piece of vintage fabric on there. Oh my gosh, she's got so much just on that little clip. These are amazing. But see, you can't even see it. You can feel it in there. It's in there. But she's got even tiniest little pieces. Those are pretty. Those are just beautiful. Those are going in a journal that I'm working on right now. And the card is amazing. Better than Hallmark. And even that, she's got it layered. This will go as a flip out in my See, because I can glue this part or glue like this, and so it can be a pocket, and then it flips open. That's gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Okay, now back to the goodies. Oh, oh my. And see, I've just started on my I just got started on my oh on my Quilt As You Go project. And where did I put my little thing? My little doohickey. Sometimes I get just so oh, I was just well now I cannot find my doohickey. Oh, there it is. I just laid my keyboard on it. Hey, gummit. But on my Quilt As You Go project, I make these little tiny, well, they're not tiny, they're 5.5 by 2.5 inch quilted squares. They're not squares, they're rectangles. But this, and so these take the smallest bits of fabric, of scrap fabric to make these. And then I put them together and like this here, and how they're put all then together. And so this is something I'm working on. I work on so many projects at one time. I just keep flipping from one piece to another, from one project to another, just because that's how I work. I'm just kind of a flip-floppy kind of old gal. Now, anyway, so let's see what's here. These are going to be, oh, look at how bright. And somebody gave me the idea, too, is if you're making a blanket, you could make a I Spy blanket with those rectangles. Somebody put that in the chat. I mean, in the comments, and I thought, what a neat idea. And especially because I'm going to have two little girls living with me. Um, well, Kaya's only 2 years old, but it it would be fun just to be wrapped up in a little blanket on movie night or something, and then we I Spy, and like we can say, and then you got to find it in your little blanket. Um, I always want to call them car blankets, like a little lap blanket. But when I was young, when I was little, I lived in Minnesota and near Duluth, which is near Lake Superior. It got pretty cold in there. And I don't know if we didn't have much heat in the car or what, but we always had car blankets in the back seat. So when the kids are jammed in the back seat, everybody could get their own car blanket, and then you could wrap up in that car blanket. And I just always want to, I've never heard anybody else, maybe that was our family thing, was having car blankets. I don't know. But now look at this one. This is a pretty Christmassy one. And that's what I want to do too, is make placemats that are all Christmas. So at Christmas time we use the placemats. And this will make, and this is probably enough on that one piece to make one whole placemat. Although I don't know if I'll make them all matchy like that. But I don't know. But I love this. That's pretty. And then this one, and it looks like it's just this whole strip looks like it's 2.5 inches wide already, and it is it's 3 inches wide, so perfect. I can get a lot of pieces out of this strip, and I love these colors. I love the busyness but small print. That makes real pretty little squares. I'm just going to call them squares even though they're rectangles. And that's a long piece, so I can get many out of that one piece. And then for the backing pieces, then I use more of solids, but they don't have to be solid, just like this, that it's not solid, but it's enough. Um, it's not busy, you know, that I guess. But either this fabric with either one of these fabrics will go so well. That's perfect. And one thing about getting anything that comes from Stacy's sale, man, you just can build up on your safety pin stash. Now see this, believe it or not, working on the little girl one that I was making with the princesses. I don't want all the squares to be princess. I want a couple of them to be just colors that match the princesses, and there's one right there that matches that color. Oh, look at this piece. Now this piece of fabric is like a real loose weave something, but when you have a real loose weave fabric like this, you can actually weave into it. Like, uh, if you can see how loose the weave is in there, you can actually weave in this fabric. And like maybe take this one flower here and weave into that flower to make that flower even something more. And then there's enough there that you can make like a little tiny, like a little clutch. That's neat. Oh, there we go with, oh, and then there was a piece of white. Always need a piece of white. And then there comes the 4th of July. And so, safety pin collection and the 4th of July. Look at that. I get to iron these. Now that is two different, somebody was making something here and then didn't finish it. But see, that's two separate pieces, and I bet I can get two out of each of those. And then here you go. Oh, say, can you see? Look at how neat that is. That's beautiful. So then there will be, this I do believe is going to be all fabric for my placemats. And then this one for backing, and then that one will match perfectly in it. This will be like perfect for, and then this one too. This one too. This could be either the main color or the backing. Even though it's got a print, it's like subtle, you know, so it would still make a beautiful backing either way. Oh, and then look at this. Now see, when I do these, when I do the squares, I do a piece of fabric and then I take a piece of flannel or scrap flannel, and that is in between just to give it a little bit of batting. Now here is a piece of quilted fabric already, so this I wouldn't put any batting with it. I would just cut this to the size of 2.5 by 5, and this is enough for a few of the squares, probably 5 of them at least. That's pretty. That's a everyday. And there's green. There's a few of these green pieces. I like that print. Here's some swirlies on there. Looks like peppermints. That looks like peppermint, so you could actually use that on Christmas too. That's nice quality fabric. That almost looks like corn on the cob in red. Fall colors, fall colors, fall colors. And I can make table runners too. I can make just a table runner instead of placemats, because my daughter-in-law, who loves to decorate, she decorates for every season, every holiday, and so I can even make just a table runner that goes down the center of the table. that would be cool too for a I Spy something. Yes. Let's see here. What road trip? Neon burning pink brownout. Well, I'm not sure exactly what holiday this would be. Let the light in. That's pretty. Yes, that's pretty. And that is so pretty. So I'm seeing a lot of these colors that will work for fall. And that's what I need to do is make a fall. I think I'll make a fall table runner because I'm seeing a lot of fall colors in here. There's a backing piece. This would be a everyday. Here's some more fall. Oh my gosh. Look at this. The leaves are gold. See, so that would be, oh yeah, I think it's going to be a fall table runner. And this one is definitely fall. Or autumn, whatever you call it. I kind of like to use the word autumn, but not many people use the word autumn. There's the old turkey there. He's running to hide, you know. He says it's getting around that time of year. It's time for us to go hide. Fall colors. Oh my gosh. And look at like this here piece folded in half. That's probably enough to make two pieces. Beautiful. Oh, I like this blue. I like that blue. That is pretty. When I first had this house built 29 years ago, 29? Yeah, 29 years ago, I was into these colors. This color blue and mauve and everything. My carpet was that everything. I had a lot of that color blue. I'm not real sure now what we called it at the time, but oh, look at this. New York, Iowa, South Carolina, Nebraska, Kansas, Oregon. I always say Oregon, but then somebody lived in Oregon and they said, no, it's Oregon. I said, well, then why is that O there? It should be I. Florida, Oregon. Yes. That'd be good on the I Spy. On the I Spy, we say, I spy something very near the state of Washington. And then they find Oregon. That'd be fun. Here's some more the stars, 4th of July. Here's some more backing fabric, the blue. Polka dots. I love polka dots. I just love polka dots. You see, if I were to make a Disney, like Mickey Mouse, that would go with that. And, oh, look at, here's me another safety pin. Get me a collection of safety pins. That right there. The little blue. There's some more of them swirlies that looks like peppermint candies. And, ooh, what are these cats? No, it's a zebra. It is a zebra. Those are zebras, but they're not the color of zebras. Cranston Printworks. That's a real soft cotton. It might be something different, but it's got zebra stripes on it. So I'm calling it a zebra. And again, it's narrow and long. Perfect. Now this here will have to go on a crazy quilt. Because this is like a satin, but it's like a heavy satin. And so I like to work with this heavy satin, but I've never had much of this. I have the lightweight satin, but it's hard to sew together. This heavier satin sews together real easy, and that will definitely have to go on a crazy quilt block, because then they are then fun also to do like some fancy embroidery stitches. I don't do a lot of fancy embroidery stitches, but I can do some. And there's a circle with little Christmas bells. I do things with circles too. My mind is beginning to wander as to what will I do with this? What will I do with them? Safety pins. Oh, and these are squares. Those are pretty colors. They're large prints. Those are pretty. Ooh, and then this is modeled. That's right, like a modeled fabric like that. That makes perfect backings. So this could be Christmas, 4th of July, either one of those. And then this one too can be a background fabric for the backing of the quilt as you go. This one too. Then the whole back of the quilt too is just a whole bunch of different more solid colors. One quilt I made the I used 10 by 10 squares, and so on one side it was the quilting kind of fabrics. The back side was more of a model, but then I took the backs and I took doilies and I stitched doilies on them. So there was doilies all over the back, and I got so it was double-sided, and I like things to be double-sided. And this is pretty. This, for some reason, jumped into my mind, Halloween, or although it's really not a Halloween print, but it has just little things in there that for some reason made me think of Halloween. That's pretty though, not really Halloween. And then here, again, 4th of July maybe. And these are pretty too. These would be the basic fabrics, pretty. I like that one too. Now this, I don't do a lot with this kind of fabric. It's very silky, but I just seen very, this is like a, yeah, it's a stretch. I just seen, one thing about this is it doesn't fray. And I just seen somebody that was making flowers using strips of this type of fabric and making flowers. Now I got to look back in my history and see what it was, how exactly they done it, because this is the kind of fabric they were using. And so this is pretty. Thank you, Laura. That's so pretty, so soft. Not enough to make me a nightie out of it, but hey, it's beautiful. And then another safety pin, more fall. That could be fall or Christmas, couldn't it? Both of them. I mean, there you go. Is another 2 backing pieces on there. This is Christmas. Look at that. That's like a Christmas, but it's gray and white. But it's a Christmas tree, poinsettia, and that's pretty. That's different. This must have been a sample. It's sample. It's got those little. It's a sample of something, but it's a beautiful sample. And then comes the Easter Bunny. Yes, I spy. I spy something that hops in your front yard and leaves eggs. And there they would have to find the Easter Bunny. And that's how we kind of do a I spy thing. You know, this might be one of the little squares, and then it could be the whole table runner. And while we're sitting at the table, we can say, I can say that. I spy something that hops around the front yard hiding Easter eggs. And then the girls would find the Easter Bunny. That's always fun. Those are cute little bunnies. And here is just colors. pretty colors. And then that one is beautiful too. This one here could also be a backing. And backing again on this one. I just love scraps. Oh, this is pretty. Now see, some scraps are almost hard to use because they're like perfect already. They're perfect size and everything. Then you think, oh, maybe I should save that for something special. But I'm learning that no scrap is not scrappy enough. But this has got gold speckles all in it. It's got like little snowflakes and gold speckles. That's pretty. This one's got some, when I look at this, I think of NASCAR, just the little flag there. But there, that's a good size piece. That could be either way, a backing or the main piece. Oh, there is the paisley print. I like paisley because paisley kind of brings me back to my teenage years because paisley print was very common. That so many kids wanted a paisley print shirt or whatever. Nehru jacket. Something like that. Remember the Nehru jackets? They were popular there for a while. Yesterday we had an appointment with our attorney, real estate attorney, just some minor stuff. But he's a real fan of the Beatles. He's about 10 years younger than I am, and so, but I love the Beatles too. But we were in like a conference room, and he's got Beatles paraphernalia. Paraphernalia? That's not the word, is it? Beatle pictures all over the place. And we were talking about the Beatles because we grew up with the Beatles. You know, they were just. I think the Beatles is the only band I know everybody's name. John Lennon, George Harrison, Paul McCartney, and Ringo Starr. That's the only one I know all their names. It's the Beatles. How did I get on the Beatles? Oh, I guess maybe from the paisley print. You just never know. This will be a nice background too. So it was fun going over there. It's always fun going over there. He's a nice guy. And there again, being it as it's a small print like this, because it's a small print like this, it can be either the background or the facing piece. But that's a large piece of fabric right there. Right there, that's what I'm telling you about that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do some cutting, and then I'll get back to I'll do some cutting, and then I'll get back to my diamond dot. But see, that's what I do. I got my diamond dot under there, and I can just lay this over my diamond dot, and then I can do other things. And there's some green. And again, very perfect because it's long enough to cut this way because it has to be 6.5 inches this way to cut. So I can get quite a few backings out of that one. And since that's what I'm doing right now, is working on that, not right this second, but in this stage of the game. And then that's pretty, just all mottled green and another green. And then, oh, here's another piece of that like jersey knit. Yeah, I gotta go back to that video I was watching and find out how that girl did these flowers, but they were so soft and pretty when she got them done. But this is the kind of fabric she was using. And then here, oh, I seen one of these before, I think, but there is another red, and again, that one will make a good backing. And the sizes of them are just like perfect. So that's what I'm going to do. I got my cutting board right here, so I'm going to be doing that cutting. And that's what I'm going to do. Just quick as I get finished with this and start uploading it, I got my orange right here, so I'm ready to iron the wrinkled ones. And I have to look up that video. Okay, and these, thank you so much. And I'm telling you that these are going to go in my, in my journal that I'm working on right now. These will be perfect in there. I just love that card. The card, better than Hallmark. That's a good stamp to have. Now, did I have my, oh, I don't have my, I thought I had might have had my scrapbook right here that I was working on. I was trying to organize a little bit yesterday. All of my my card that's right here next to me. I was trying to organize that, but as I see now, I guess I didn't do a real good job. But I did put my book right there. I know it did. Oh well, it's okay. We're not going to lose any sleep over it. What did I do with that? Okay, well I don't know what I did with it, but it's here close by. Thank you so much for these. This is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to read a little because it's just what I do, and I always just kind of pick a card out of the middle, and then that's what I read. So this is going to be a message from Spirit. Let's see what Spirit has to say to us today. See if the Spirit has something important, because we get a postcard. It's a postcard from Spirit. Let's read what it says. It says, "Dearest you, all your prayers are heard and mirrored back to you from the unseen realms. Be grateful. Praise things before they manifest, and always ask for the higher good. When you plead and beg, that will bring you only more reasons to plead and beg." I've heard that before. Instead, offer your prayers as sacred gifts, as a testament to your faith in a higher power. Open up and let the Spirit move through you and comfort you, and meditation as a way to become empty so you will be ready to be filled with inspired epiphanies, peace, understanding, and joy. In the moment, your prayers are being answered for the highest good of both you and all life. Sometimes what you pray for is not supposed to happen for you, and your prayers will be answered in surprising ways. At this moment, we are listening intently to your prayers and want you to know that your highest good is our priority. All is well. This is a very good one. I hadn't read that one before. Sometimes when I pull one out and read it, it's something I have read before. But this is the first time. I had a friend. She's now passed away. It's terrible at this age that a lot of your friends have passed away. But she had told me one time is when you pray for something, you pray for that one thing. And then you don't follow it tomorrow with praying for the same thing. Tomorrow you might still mention the same thing, but you are thanking your higher power for working on that request that you said yesterday. So you're just thanking him then, because my friend said that day, she said, God doesn't like to be nagged. You don't have to, just like your husband and your dad, they don't like to be nagged constantly over and over and over for the same thing. And this really, it really, like, praise things before they manifest. So, like, if you pray for something today and you don't have an answer later on today or tomorrow, you can still praise before they manifest, because you got, like it says, some prayers are not meant to be answered in the way you expect them to be answered. This is a really, really good one. I'm going to keep this out because I want to read this one again today. So I'm not going to stuff that back in there yet. I'm going to keep it out so I can read it again today because I do want to read that one again today. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Laura, thank you so much for these beautiful things. And I have to find my book. I know it's not far. I know it's not far because I just had it yesterday. But these are going to go in that book. These are beautiful, just beautiful. All your work on these, that's amazing. The inking around, the images, the layering. I just love all the layered looks of things. These are beautiful. Okay, I ask God to watch over each and every one of you. Every step you take, every move you make, and keep you safe and keep you secure and serene and healthy and happy and humble. And of course, well fed. Take some ice cream if you feel the need. Okay, God bless and keep you all, and I will see you on the very next video. Stay safe.